Tech Talk Alert. After our latest digital life hack, you're going to hear one of my weekend show's best calls. You don't want to miss it. What is the number one tool in a stalker's toolbox? AirTags, tiles, or any other GPS tracker. And where do they love to hide them? Your car. I'm Kim Commando for Blinds.com. Right now, save up to 45% for a limited time at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply. Maybe you've got a crazy ex or just a gut feeling something's off. Thanks to GPS trackers, stalkers have a new level of open access to your life, and your car is their prime target. You need to give it a thorough check. Start with the outside. It's the easiest place for someone to attach a tracker without breaking in. Use a flashlight to look at the undercarriage, where trackers can magnetically be attached. Also, inspect the inside of the bumper. It has a hollow space that can house a small device. If someone had access to the inside of your car, look under the dashboard, where a tracker can be wired to the car's power source and hidden. Now, don't forget to check deep into your car's seat cushions and side panels. Trackers can easily be left there too. Sign up for my free newsletter at getkim.com. Now, check out this amazing call from the show. It's a real gem. Marshall in Rockford, Illinois. Hi there, Marshall.
So I wanted to indicate I had reached out because I enjoy the articles that are published regularly, and I've become hawkish about personal privacy, and I enjoy following the tips in the articles, trying to minimize any attempts at capturing and selling personal information about myself.
Boy, it's tough, isn't it? It's tough.
Yeah, it is. But I currently have a 2005 small sedan that I drive that's got nearly 400,000 miles on it. And so...
Oh, wait, whoa. Did you just say you have 400,000 miles on a car?
About 370,000. It's the fourth time on this particular brand that I've gotten that far with these. They tend to stick around a while.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I everybody looks at me and teases me a little bit, but every single OEM part that was on that car when it rolled off, except for tires and windshield wipers, it's still on the car.
That's crazy.
But it's a simple car. It's got an AM/FM radio and electric windows, and that's about it for the luxuries. And but we want to drive around the country. We're looking at a new set of wheels to do that. It's become that time in our lives. But I recently came across an article that was published by Mozilla, if I could mention that.
Oh yeah, the whole car privacy report. Yeah, we did. We talked about that too. Yeah, that was fascinating information, wasn't it?
But it's also spooky.
100%.
I didn't realize I have again because of articles that I've read there from Kim and it's interesting to me that only cell phones and computers are mainly targeted. Nobody thinks about their phone or their cards rather spying on them. And my concern here is that is there any way at all that this thing could be shut down? And is it simply as easy to not connect my phone to the car, or is the process independent of connecting a cell phone? And if so, how does the car transmit my information without a cell phone?
Well, yeah, right. Okay, you're right. One of the primary reasons that cars collect all the data is when you connect your smartphone up to it. So that's where you're going to sync contacts, and you got logs, location data. And the whole idea is that maybe if I don't connect my phone to the car, then what kind of data can the car get? Well, they can still get some data, right? I mean, they still have onboard computers. You have GM's OnStar, Toyota has something called Safety Connect, and these transmit location. It's all under the guise of, and it is a good one. I mean, as far as safety, if you get in an accident, they automatically know where it is. I mean, you can choose not to subscribe to these services, but you have to know whether or not the car is still going to transmit data even without an active subscription. So that's where you actually have to read the user agreement, or I can tell you another place, which I will in a second. If a car is a built-in GPS system, which they all do, okay, stores location data, your travel routes. What about telematics? These are all your monitor the health of the car. I mean, in my car, I had a notification this morning when I was driving out that, just wanted to let you know that your firmware has been updated. I'm like, thanks. Glad to know that. Didn't know that.
Okay. Can I ask you another question? Can I interject something here?
Sure.
What if this information is monitoring my driving style, and is it possible for the car to disseminate that information to my insurance carrier, and all of a sudden they say, this guy doesn't drive well, which is not the case. I can tell you the whole story about my father's business and safety and the National Safety Council. But that being said, can they make a decision towards an insured that says, we don't want you as an insured, we're dumping you?
Well, they will say no. Okay. I believe personally that information is being collected and being sent off. Why would it not? I mean, that data is valuable. I mean, think about the car manufacturers, or even let's just talk about television manufacturers. Okay. TV manufacturers like Vizio, they make more money selling data than they do selling televisions. I mean, okay.
Well.
Okay. So think about all the information and data that your car's collecting. Are they selling that? Yes. Now, there's a place where you can go online. It's called the Vehicle Privacy Report. And if you have trouble finding it, I have a link over on my website. And that's where you can type in the year, make, and model of a car, and it will tell you what data is being collected and if they're selling the data. Okay. Now, where did this website come from, and why are they doing this? That was my question.
Okay.
Why they're doing this is because when you sell an old car, part of the dealer's responsibility is to remove all the old data. So this company sprung up to certify that when a dealer sells an old car, that all the data is wiped out. So on the flip side, what they do is they tell you, here's the make and model, and here's the data that they're collecting. So it's kind of a workaround. So are all cars spy mobiles? Not. I read in a Reddit forum, and I don't know if this is true, Marshall, or not, but I did read in a Reddit forum that some cars have an isolated circuit that if you pull one fuse, that will end the data transmission. Now, I don't know which one it is. I don't know if you could wire a switch. I don't know anything about it. But I thought, because I was investigating this, and I thought for a second, that would be interesting to see if you pulled a fuse, if that would necessarily end the data transmission. But in case you're in the market for a new car, anybody else who's listening, like Marshall, just look up Vehicle Privacy Report. If you have trouble finding it, just head over to commando.com for the official site for that. And Marshall, thank you for your call, and go 400,000 miles. Yes. Hey, a huge thank you for streaming with me. Now, if you're puzzled about something techie, I'm your gal. Just find the Email Kim link over at commando.com and let those questions fly away. Now, every email gets my eyeballs, I promise. And keep your digital life in the know. Be sure you sign up for my free newsletter over at getkim.com.